Hello friends, in this short video, I would like to share with you certain aspects related to money and finance, especially from the perspective of microcap stocks. Patience is the biggest virtue in stock market. You need to have a lot of patience, discipline, and you should be hardcore in investments, and you should be rational, not emotional, while making decisions. And whether it is small caps or mid caps or large caps or nano caps, investment requires a lot of discipline, focus. Investment integrates various aspects like probability, possibilities, statistics, mathematics, history, geopolitics, decision making. So these are all the things you have to make a note of when you want to make smart money in investments. And Sometimes people they average during the falling market, but it's not a good idea. And you can invest into micro caps, and you can also invest if you want decent returns. You can invest into index funds, and you can invest in Nifty 50. You can get decent returns. If you want to make a great money during micro caps, what you can do is you should have very long horizon, and you should to take around 10 to 15 companies, and you have to do a lot of research, and you should have a long horizon, and you should emphasize the quality of managements and promoters. So when you do so, you are likely to make great returns in the micro cap investments. Usually, micro caps are very volatile, and they are very. You should be very alert in to certain cues and clues in micro cap investments. When you want to invest into micro cap funds or micro cap stocks, you have to talk to the top management, and you have to network with them, and you have to do a lot of research, and you have to read balance sheets, you have to read annual reports. uh, don't go by purely on this YouTube channels. So best thing is to get the reports and read books and balance sheets. So when you do a lot of research, and then accordingly you can make informed decisions. Avoid any kind of bias, and don't go by with the herd mentality. People have herd mentality, especially in India. Uh, in the past, they rallied behind crypto. Then again, they rallied behind uh, gold metal rallies. Then again, then things fallen down. Market is sometimes it's fluctuating. It's very static currently. We can't predict. We can't time the market. It can be up or it can be down. But if you must stay invested so that you can get decent returns, and you should have discipline, focus. When you do so, you'll be able to generate decent returns. Uh, there are different schools of thought whether you should go for real estate, or whether you should go for equities, or whether you go for gold, or whether you should close the home loans. So all these things are involved. So I would like to share my perspective. You can invest into equities. You can get a decent returns, and there is a liquidity. At any time, you can sell the stocks and you can get money. But you should have patience, and you should stay disciplined, and you should be rational. The second option you can go for in is the real estate. Real estate is a very long-term game, and land is fixed across the planet. uh, so you can invest into real estate, but again, real estate is again depending on various aspects. Especially, you have to look at the location. Then again, you have to look at legal formalities. There is lack of liquidity. If you want to sell it, you can't sell it. So these are all the challenges with real estate. This is the second option. The third option is you can go for gold, but gold was flat for many years. For the last 1 year, it suddenly spiked up, then again came down. But you can sell gold and encash at any point of time. This is the third option. The fourth option is that if you have any debts or anything, if you have money, or if you want to clear EMIs or anything, best thing is if you are having cash, you just settle it so that you can sleep peacefully. There are some home buyers, whether they think they have different schools of thought, whether they should stay in the rented house or whether they have to own a home. Is purely their decision, but there again in that there are different schools of thought, especially this business people with business acumen. They stay in rented houses because they get 2% rental yield. Whereas if they invest the money into stock market or other ways, they can get decent returns around 15%. Of course, we can't predict the correct figure as such. There is no template as such, but overall, the returns on investing into stock market is far better than what you get. But again, if you, whether you want to have a own home or whether you want to stay in a rent house, it's your decision. But if you are having enough money and having your own house is the ideal decision, because when you have a home, you will have confidence. It will have an emotional attachment. If you look at my own life, I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. I don't have any ancestral properties as such, and I acquired all the qualifications through private education. The good news is that I raised my two sons ethically, and both are they are postgraduates, and I myself is a doctorate. I'm 63 years old. But basically, I was never caring for money. But now I realize the importance of money ever before, because I had a brain stroke in the year 2021, and I was on the bed, and I gradually recovered. Then I started realizing the importance of money ever before. So money gives you a lot of opportunities, freedom, confidence. So you should have a money. Without money, it's very difficult to survive, and people are living for a very long time. Longevity is growing, so you should care for healthcare and term insurance. All these things you have to look at it. But in my case, I am not blessed with those opportunities. I am 63. I still am not financially independent. Of course, age is just a number. Anyone can raise at any point of time. I had a stroke, but I rose from the ashes like a phoenix after the brain stroke. So life is all about possibilities, and never ever give up. Be positive. So I request you to like, share, and subscribe with your networks with gratitude.